Hi, my name is Tony Taylor. I'm a student at the University of Hertfordshire. My student ID is 240925518. Today I'll be presenting the proposed Entrepreneurial Marketing Plan for Discover Network. This video presentation has been submitted alongside a supporting report and a script document. The strategic business goal is to position Capital One's Venture X credit card as the most popular premium travel rewards card used by frequent US travelers in North America. As detailed in the previous business report shared, with Capital One's increasing focus on international markets to achieve growth and the decision to implement a multi-domestic strategy as per Whittington et al. 2019, this presents an opportunity to adopt a new entrepreneurial marketing approach as per Kettler et al. 2023. According to a CMS Payments Intelligence report 2025, the issuance of premium travel rewards credit cards for high-spending US travelers is being posited as the most viable option for Capital One's growth. Paired with global payments processing on Capital One's newly acquired Discover Network, new synergies and revenue streams are there for the taking. Therefore, both business divisions will be the focus for this proposed entrepreneurial marketing plan. To compete with American Express Platinum and Chase Sapphire Reserve credit cards in the premium travel rewards credit card market, and to gain market share through increasing product differentiation, one of the first problems to solve will be how to address the card acceptance gap in target markets, e.g. Mexico and Canada. Given that an average of 28.5% of US travelers visited Mexico and 11% visited Canada between 2019 and 2023, as per Statista Research Department 2024, these two markets will constitute the place element of McCarthy's 4Ps 1960 for the marketing of Capital One's Venture X Premium Travel Rewards credit card. More recent studies have shown that 14 million of the US population visited Canada in 2024 and 25 million of the US population visited Mexico in 2024. Furthermore, SALSI 2025 indicates a growing trend in the popularity of premium travel reward credit cards amongst younger US consumers, with credit card usage by individual aged 25 and under having increased by 56% since 2013. US citizens born between 1997 and 2007, part of Generation Z, who are aged between 18 to 28 years old now, equate to 22.7 million of the US population as per the US Census Bureau 2025. Assuming 60% of the segment size have a prime, prime plus, or super prime credit score rating, that is 13.6 million prospective customers who could qualify for a Capital One Venture X Premium Travel Rewards credit card. But remember, merchants and acquiring banks operating in Mexico and Canada across retail, dining and travel vertical market segments are equally as important for card acceptance and to grow transaction volumes on the Discover network. To address the deficit in card acceptance and contest with the market dominance of MasterCard, Visa and Amex, Capital One should implement both penetration and loyalty strategies as per Bennett and Field 2013. This approach would facilitate the immediate activation of acquiring banks and merchants on the Discover network, whilst also securing the long-term advantages of brand development. Using Samit Benici and Gallet's 2015 extended version of the pest analysis framework, Steepled, it is the external political factors and internal technological factors that are deemed most relevant to this entrepreneurial marketing plan. Since the re-election of President Donald J. Trump in 2024 and his return to the White House as head of the US government, political tensions and trade wars between the US, Mexico and Canada have presented threats and opportunities to organisations who rely on tourism to drive growth. Papagianni et al. 2023 utilised various vector autoregression models to quantify the impact of geopolitical events on 14 emerging markets, including Mexico, and their respective tourism industries. Their research concluded that a substantial increase in geopolitical tensions led to a sustained reduction in tourist arrivals, often requiring up to 4 years for recovery. This factor was identified as the most significant macroeconomic influence on tourism. Capital One's substantial investment in technology over the past 3 decades presents a significant strength, equipping the organisation with considerable agility and adaptability in navigating new markets, notwithstanding prevailing geopolitical and other external factors. Being 2024 elaborates how Amy Landowner, Capital One's Chief Data Officer, and senior management within each business division harness a robust data-driven culture. This approach enables them to unearth market insights, facilitate prompt decision-making, and stimulate value creation for both the business and its customers. These elements are all critical for successful implementation of entrepreneurial marketing. To align with Capital One's strategic business goal of positioning the Venture X credit card as the most popular premium travel rewards card used by US travelers in North America, hierarchical objectives and key results, OKRs, are being used as per the preferred format required by Capital One and as recommended by marketing experts, Quantiv 2025. Regular quarterly reviews and revisions of marketing objectives are essential to ensure organisational agility and adaptability in response to evolving market conditions, a key advantage of entrepreneurial marketing as per Kettler et al. 2023. Key items of note in this proposed entrepreneurial marketing objectives and key results shown include: marketing objective number 1 is a shared objective between customer services, business development, and client management functions. Marketing objective number 1, key result number 2, is significant as it will unlock revenue and feed into H2 budget lines. OKRs cater to all primary customer groups, i.e. consumers, merchants, and acquiring banks, and secondary customer groups, i.e. partners, regulators, and industry experts. To foster the growth of Capital One's card issuance business, an entrepreneurial marketing approach emphasising creativity and innovation would be highly beneficial, particularly given the primary customer demographic consisting of financially established Generation Z consumers, a digitally native age group. Gosman 2022 examines the constantly evolving digital landscape and emerging marketing strategies, concluding that interactive content and the deployment of novel advertising channels, e.g. TikTok, esports, connected TVs, present avenues for acquiring new customers within a younger demographic. This is important because unlike traditional forms of marketing, such as large billboard advertisements in airport lounges, capturing and maintaining the attention of prospective customers through their most frequently used digital channels will provide Capital One with a competitive advantage. For this action plan, a blend of traditional and emerging marketing tactics are proposed. Moreover, with a restricted headcount allocated for the combined sales and marketing team in 2026, Capital One may only possess the budgetary capacity for a new team of 6 to 8 associates to achieve the proposed marketing objectives. Finally, despite senior management's expectations for the sales and marketing team to implement the enlarged 16 Ps marketing mix as per Mir, Bernal and Sadaba's 2022, only a selected few have been chosen. To advocate for a new entrepreneurial marketing budget, a forecast of sales and revenue is essential to determine the potential return on investment. Given the experimental nature of this venture, an initial flat forecast with a 1-year time horizon has been adopted with the possibility of extension at a later date. Here's Rich and Ramadani 2018 assert that it's best practice to explain underlying assumptions and outline target units for sale rather than projected sales revenue when seeking approval from the finance department. In this instance, both variables have been applied against quarterly timelines with an underlying assumptions explained in detail, allowing for their monitoring and adjustment during each quarterly review point as required. Key items of note in the sales forecast shown include projected network traffic volumes, 7,500 are extremely conservative and high numbers are expected. The majority of potential revenue will come from credit card account fees, therefore objectives related to new cardholders should have more of the budget allocation. Hertfordshire 2025 further emphasises the significance of integrating contingencies into marketing budgets through the application of the 70-20-10 rule. This principle is critical as it empowers the sales and marketing team to adapt to evolving market dynamics and explore new marketing tactics. Key items of note in the marketing budget shown include approximately 3.2 million is required in the budget for Q1 2026, dropping to approximately 1.5 million in Q2 of 2026. Some marketing activities earmarked for H2 are subject to the achievement of OKRs before the end of Q2 2026. Further research is required to determine the number of Canadian and Mexican retailers, restaurant chains and hotels to target for direct mailing activities. Expenses towards travel to and from conferences and events need to be reviewed against the Business Development Department's budget. That concludes today's presentation. Thank you for your time and I look forward to receiving your feedback.